Some of those victims have waited 20 to 30 years for their assaulter to be prosecuted. Today I spoke with Attorney General Eric Schmitt on getting justice for those rape victims.
Nobody really knew how many untested kits out there. There was an estimate of around 5,000. Well, we determined that there were actually more than that. There were over 6,000.
Kits that weren't only found on shelves from police departments.
When we did the inventory, it wasn't just law enforcement agencies that had, the Springfield Police Department or St. Louis, PD that had the kits. There are also hospitals that had them in their sort of evidence room.
Schmitt's office announced in early 2019 his office plans to have 6,000 untested rape kits tested.
That we want to make sure we honor the courage of the victims who've come forward to make sure that those kits don't sit on a shelf like they'd been sitting.
Schmitt says the process is being paid for by a $2.8 million grant, which pays for the tracking, inventory, and testing for the 1,250 kits. Earlier this week, law enforcement agencies from around O'Fallon handed over their kits to be tested in a Virginia lab.
Didn't want to overburden the Highway Patrol and slow this process down.
With already a handful of events like this complete, Schmitt hopes justice will be served soon.
Very soon, we hope to get some of the initial results back from the kits that were sent off earlier this year. And as we get those results back, we will work with local authorities then to move forward on prosecutions.
But what's the plan to make sure this doesn't happen to victims in Missouri again?
Moving forward, we have a much more streamlined approach to this, so that again, these kits, as people submit to the victims submit to the kits, that they're ultimately getting to a lab for testing as quickly as possible.
Schmitt says he hopes to have up to 1,000 cases in Virginia by the end of this week to be tested. Reporting for our Missouri Capitol Bureau, I'm Emily Manley.